I took over as president of Dean Mead in February of 2013, and I get asked all of the time, what are your biggest challenges and what are your biggest successes as president? Well, from a success standpoint, I've only been president for 2.5 years, so part of being president is when the firm's going well, is not to screw things up. But from a practical standpoint, what I've really been proud of is succession planning. We have some great senior entrepreneurial attorneys that broke away from the biggest, at least what was at the time, the biggest firm in the state of Florida in 1980. And they opened Dean Mead on May 5th, 1980. And they've had a fantastic full-service corporate business law firm since that time. I've been fortunate enough to take over in this new age, this new millennium, and moving forward, the senior partners, the name partners, are starting to cut back and starting to retire. And so part of what my job is as president is to do a succession planning so there's a smooth transition between older attorneys, mid-level attorneys, and younger attorneys, and with respect to their clients. So their clients still want the same service that they provided to them dating back to the 80s, and our job is to make sure there is a completely smooth transition. And so far, we've been very successful in having some attorneys retire with the transition, some attorneys cut back with the transition, and other younger attorneys taking leadership roles over not just with the firm, but with their clients. Now Dean Mead is set for the future with young attorneys who have been trained properly and are able to handle all of their clients' needs at the same level that they were getting from the senior partners who are either cutting back or starting to retire. Two of my most memorable experiences working at Dean Mead, and there are many since I've spent my entire career here, is number one is watching young attorneys come up and become shareholders and really become stewards of the practice of law. I was a clerk at Dean Mead for 2 summers, and I've worked here now for 25 years and have kind of gone through the ranks. So I've seen it happen through my own eyes, and now I'm watching it through younger attorneys' eyes who are getting mentored and getting better and learning how to service the client. And it really is about client service. And when that kicks in and when they get it, then their eyes open up and they really push hard to make the clients happy. And we're very good at training associates and getting them ready to service our clients now and for the future. The second thing, which is more humorous in nature, that's my memory that just came up recently, I just celebrated my 25th year with Dean Mead in March, and I was talking to Daryl Bloodworth, who is the name partner and attorney that hired me back in the late 80s, and I started here in March 1990. And I was around 25, 26 years old when I started at Dean Mead, and Daryl Bloodworth, who was our president for the majority of the time I was here, was about 48 years old at the time. And I remember thinking back then that, wow, that's ancient. I can't imagine practicing law at the age of 48. And I ran into Daryl at a lunch meeting last Monday, and I had just celebrated my 51st birthday and mentioned to Daryl that I had thought 48 was old when I started the practice of law under him, and told him I didn't think it was so ancient anymore. I've been asked a lot how client service has changed in the last 25 years, and it's really become more specialized. Everyone has to develop a certain niche with your client's industry or with what their specific needs are. And so it's not just a general practitioner's world anymore, not even just a general commercial litigator like the area I practice. You have to specialize in 2 or 3 certain areas to be able to provide the cutting edge, and not just with technology, but with what the legal profession is doing for that client's industry. And so that's what we're trying to do here at Dean Mead, is train all our attorneys, older and new, with what is going on in the law, technology, and getting a niche specialty to be able to help out all of our clients.